Meredith. She is ready to tell her business.
Oh, Lord, I'm about to get in trouble.
Plead the Fifth is the way that we find out a little bit of backstory on the people. And Meredith, you are up this turn. That means that we get 3 questions from the room.
Yes.
3 questions from the audience. You only get 1 pass.
And my text line is completely shut down.
Yeah, because you be over
nothing.
there fake.
No, that's not true.
Plagiarizing text.
That's not what
text. We busted Meredith this morning. She was stealing Suli's business. All right, so Meredith, I have a question for you. I thought about this when I was leaving because I was listening to the Nut House, and the Nut House has a big competition factor between Stiff and Buck.
Okay.
They always go at each other, and so I figured you would help the cause here by answering this question. You don't have to because you can tap out if you want to.
Okay.
But let's talk impression.
Impression?
The impression that Stiffy and Buckwheat make on you. Because you've worked with them and you've listened to them a lot when you're out with the kids and stuff. So you know kind of your impression of each one of them.
I listen every day.
Every day. So that's even more perfect. Okay, so if I asked you, based off of the impression that you have of one Stiffy and one Buckwheat, which one of them do you think is better at the loving?
What?
Oh, hey.
If you had to decide which one, Stiffy or Buckwheat, were better at putting it down in Pound Town,
Okay.
just off of your impression of them,
Yeah.
who would you pick?
I've known both of them for a really long time. Buckwheat for a little bit longer. Just looking at the past of their past and what I've heard about through, the hallways, whatever.
Wait a minute. People talk like that in these hallways?
No, I definitely don't want to get in trouble with HR, so we never did that. So I'm definitely going to pick Buckwheat.
Buckwheat?
Buckwheat can probably lay it down. Yeah, he's party boy. He still goes out, has fun, hosts the club gigs. Yeah, he's out there now. Stiffy, I'm sure, but I feel like he might be a little boring in bed because he's been married for might be. I don't know.
He's listening too.
I know he's listening.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Man.
Maybe he's a freak, and I just haven't seen that side of him. But he's been, married for a really long time, and I don't really
Who
hear.
you texting? Why you put your phone up?
Well, I had to make sure my phone was open so I could see if he was texting in. Because
Not that that's a bad thing.
You
I'm
just
just
made
saying,
him boring because he's married. Well, he's married.
I never hear anything kind of like sexual from him, about him, or anything like that. But I have when it comes to Buckwheat.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
several things.
So Buck in the Buck. All right. Got you. All right. You next.
Meredith, I want to ask about your list of GOATs. Who would you say is the GOAT as far as musician, athlete, and actor, in your opinion?
Ooh. Go talk.
Musician, best to ever do it.
Yeah.
Best
Greatest of all time.
Okay.
You can only pick one.
Yeah.
None of these.
And she's doing music, acting, and
sports.
sports.
Okay. Probably. I was thinking of like a drummer and stuff like that, but no, I'm going to pick Michael Jackson just because we've been listening to him a lot lately. Although we just did a presentation on Jimi Hendrix. So I'm going to pick MJ. MJ is good because we've been listening to a lot of MJ lately with the kids.
Okay.
Although I haven't explained a lot of the other stuff that happened with him, but they love his music. So I'm going to go Michael Jackson. An actor, an actor. I'm trying to think. Let me see here. I really like Scarlett Johansson. Really well. So she's been doing it for a long time, and she crossed over into the Marvel realm, and so I really like her. And then who's the other one?
Greatest of all time.
I don't know. It's who I just thought of.
This is your opinion. Go ahead. I just want to remind you, it was the GOAT.
And then an athlete.
Meryl Streep is like big.
I like Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods,
Tiger Woods, y'all.
Tiger Woods is the GOAT. Okay.
Yeah, the GOAT of golf, of
All
course.
right. I like that.
Quickly.
Okay. All right. Let's see. You have a third question in here. You have one?
Nah, I just noticed Buck's not here. I just noticed right now.
Dobby, he texted us last night.
God. Yeah. This shows y'all Dobby don't read the text.
You responded.
Oh, yeah, I responded. Yeah, I knew that. But I just noticed. Like, I know I was informed, but I had forgot.
You better come up with something real quick.
All right. Well, no, because you here's something, because you went out. Okay, so Wild is like a different beast in the hallway. We're the bastard stepchild down the hall. Everybody else who's responsible is over there. And I saw you mixing worlds.
Yeah.
Because you was out this weekend with Roxanne.
We had
And
fun.
Roxanne, if y'all don't know, Roxanne is on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. She's done a lot of TV. She is the most polished, like. What would you if you she's the antithesis of where Meredith has been going.
Yeah.
We've been doing like interventions with Meredith because she's been thotting it out there, hanging out with Babs and just whatever. And Roxanne is the opposite, right?
Oh, absolutely. Roxanne is like socialite, a beautiful woman, very prim and proper. I would
Prim and
say.
proper,
Yeah.
absolutely. Like she don't get down and dirty.
But not like old lady prim and
Not
proper.
old lady, no.
Like
no.
fly with it.
No,
prim
she
and
wear a
proper.
dress today, goddamn.
Yeah,
She
she had the things out.
You know what I'm saying? So I think Meredith did rubbed off on her. a
There you
little
go.
bit.
See?
But when you're out with somebody like of that caliber,
Yes.
do you
Out of your league, basically.
Right.
Apparently.
Well, yeah,
Never
kinda
gonna be there.
When you're out,
Takes
when
a
you-
lot
when you're
on you
out
now.
with somebody of that caliber, do you bring them down to your wild level?
I'm gonna smack you.
Or
Is that
do
part of
you
this?
raise your game up to their polished
Roxanne
level?
would never say that.
Right.
She would
Ever.
never say that. Never
Never.
say that. Yeah, you done threatened me.
Yeah. I would say.
And tell me an example.
Okay, it depends on the scenario. So we went out for her birthday,
Uh-huh.
and so there was 6 of us, 6 chicks, just sitting at the table. By the way, which is a perfect group number. It's not
Yeah.
too many, not too little. Anyway, so one side of the table was a little bit more buttoned up, as you just described, Roxanne. But the other side with Roxanne, me, and her sister
Was ratchet.
Oh yeah, so I started ordering shots,
Yeah.
like radish shots.
Y'all
for
see how
everybody.
it's y'all want to talk noise about
I'm
me, but
fine.
it's really actual.
Well, don't invite
You
me
see?
out if we're not gonna have a good time. And we did, because I got her litty, like super lit. I mean, lunch was 4 hours or a little longer.
Oh,
yeah.
I gotta go.
Yeah.
Tommy's ADD just kicked in.
We were
All right,
talking
so-
about some crazy stuff.
Give me an example of what a Liddy Roxanne talks about, because we don't get to hear about this. What-
Yeah. So, we started having the conversation like who would be better at the radio station
Who would be better at what?
in bed.
So basically the same question I just asked you
Yeah.
between the nut house.
Yeah.
But it was everybody else?
Everybody was included. And you know what? We came to a lot of really interesting conclusions that there are certain people that you just know can rock it and that you just know they can hold their own. And then there's other ones where you're like, yeah, they're probably selfish in
So
bed.
Roxanne was participating in this
Hell
conversation?
yeah. And she had some really good points too about everything. So we're not supposed to have these
So
conversations.
let me guess. Davi was like the one that y'all was like, because that whole Spanish thing.
Is this my 4th question?
Whole Spanish thing. Whole Spanish thing. Like, Davi plays that Spanish card. Like, or you'd be like, see. You know, like, yeah. I only know English, but I can hold it down in Pound Town. Forget y'all. All right, you answered your 3. I'm done with you.
Okay.
All right, now I'm giving you to the audience. If you got a question that you want to ask Meredith, I want you to text it, or you can call us, 888-429-0941. She still has her pass, and she still has a boomerang that she can send back to the room as well. So we got that coming up after Future. Hold on. All right, Freak Show, Wild 94.1 Bay's Party Station. Meredith has answered the first 3 from the room. The first 3 was who is better in bed from the afternoon show, The Nut House.
Yeah.
Is it Stiffy or is it Buckwheat? She says, based off of what she believes, Buck has it hands down.
What I heard.
Yeah, because she said Stiffy's married and boring.
No.
I can't believe she said that.
I
I
said
can't
maybe.
believe that she
Man.
said that about Stiff. Like,
I mean, maybe he's wild in the bedroom. You
Nah,
never know.
that ain't what you said. That ain't what you said. And then she laid out the GOATs. Davi asked the best in acting, the best in music, and the best in sports. Her music option was
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
In the sports world, it was Tiger Woods, and the actress was Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah. Sorry.
Had
to answer on the fly.
That's just what it is. And we asked her about hanging out with the uppity ups down the hall. And what did we find out was that they were talking sex talk
Yeah.
about people in the building.
But that's
All right?
okay. It was, a private conversation that we just had.
We have a question for you. You still have your pass. We have a question for you out of the 813.
Okay.
It says, do you think Orlando and Darby
Darby.
overtalk you when you trying to tell a story, or do you not mind? And also, How many brothers have you been with?
How many brothers? Wait a minute.
They asked you a double question. They asked you. That was Nate. That's from Nate in Tampa.
All right, Nate. Those are two totally separate questions.
It's like,
Okay.
It was listed as one. I don't know.
So I would say to the first part, the answer would be yes. And yes, but there's a reason why. Because, and I've been told this many times, that sometimes my stories can, go on a little bit too long. So I think
we didn't tell you that, did we?
No,
Okay.
no. But they keep me in check. And by the way, we all just kind of rotate and add. We interject, and it's like a natural conversation. It's not done maliciously, I don't think. And if it was, there's probably a reason for it. Like we have to go to break. We have to pay our advertisers, or this is boring, something like that.
Listen,
never bothers me.
I never want to cut you off, but we do hopscotch around.
Yeah, it's a natural conversation.
But I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I don't know about Darby, but I'm sorry. All right, what you got?
We got a text that says, Meredith, we all know you love J-Ray, but do you honestly believe that someone can text her and she knows about the future? Do you think it's a scam?
Honestly, I've met her, hung out with her. I've gone to her events before. I don't know how she does what she does, and she gets the whole feeling and vibe, and she draws information out of people. I believe it. We've sat here and just been completely astonished and amazed by the conversation, the backstory, and the guidance she gives. So, no, I don't think it's a scam or anything like that. I think she's good at what she does for a living. And by the way, I think it's very comforting to a lot of people when they need a little bit of help or love at the moment, little guidance.
I mean, honestly, we've watched it, and like she said, it has been like shocking that we've had people call up and say stuff, and she said it back, and then they break out crying, and we're like, what's happening?
Yeah.
And then they say, no, because she's just called out, and they start filling in the blanks. We're like, whoa, like it's crazy.
It's a gift.
Can I ask one more?
Yeah, this is number 3.
This is the last one. Out the 941, they wanted to know, Meredith, do you believe Kanye West would be a better president than Joe Biden?
No, I don't think that at all. I'm not a big politics girl, but Kanye was just going left talking about he hates Jewish people nonstop for like months and months and months. So
Kanye have us at war.
Yeah, we're like, whoa.
Like Joe got us at war, and we ain't even at war. But he think we at war. I don't know. He gave the Black American Express card to everybody. Like, here you go, Ukraine, just swipe twice.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. You answered all of them. You didn't use a pass, but you got your boomerang. What you want to send back?
Let's do best actors.
The list of
the
goats.
Yeah,
the list of goats.
Yeah.
Wow.
Musician, actor, athlete.
Okay.
Boy, this is going to start a debate.
Yeah.
Because we fight about it.
Yeah, you're going to say Michael Jordan. He's going to say LeBron, and then y'all are just going to fight each other.
Yeah, I mean, it's just going to be like a knife fight after that.
Right.
I'll say first, sports, Michael Jordan.
Obviously.
Okay.
You want to do your sports now?
Yeah, go back.
It's LeBron. It's definitely LeBron James.
It's really not. Championships matter. All right, so whatever. Every time he goes, he wins. Not for LeBron. Also, he didn't switch teams to go try and make it happen. Just Jordan.
This would be an hour-long debate.
All right, music. Your musical GOAT.
I'm gonna agree with Meredith. I'm gonna say MJ.
Jackson.
Yeah, he stood the test of time.
Yeah,
and,
for real.
You could still rock his music in so many different settings.
Yeah, I mean, if you're talking about the greatest of all time, as far as I got to give it to Mike. I got to give it to Michael Jackson. I would have said Prince, but it's like I just see Prince differently. Mm-hmm. I think Prince is a musician. Like his greatness is there and a vocalist and all that stuff. But if you're talking about just an overall entertainer, Michael Jackson had me watching The Wiz on Broadway. Mm. Like it's like just certain things that he pulled you into different space. He made us run to the Pepsi commercial and watch that because we were like, oh, he's in the Pepsi commercial. It's like there was just different things that made Mike the best. All right, actor.
And this one for me actually recently just changed. But I'm gonna say, without even seeing his movie, but I'm gonna say Tom Cruise. Because Tom Cruise arguably saved the movie industry. He does his own stunts. With the success of Top Gun recently, I think that elevated him to GOAT status.
Mine will not be sponsored by Scientology. But I appreciate you, Davi, and I will go visit with you and to the whatever collection center or whatever they got
down there in Clearwater.
Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman.
Oh, he
Morgan
is
Freeman.
so great.
I mean, you can go from him playing a cop to him playing God to him playing. He's just believable. He is just the great actor, and I think that he is probably the GOAT that of all time.
So not Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah. Yeah, you're Scarlett Johansson. I was like, oh my God. Like, what about Chris Evans?
I know.
You just picking Marvel.
Sorry.
All right. So yeah, that's a wrap on your Plead the Fifth, Meredith.
Woo!
Great job, no pass. Gave her all of the things that we asked. All right.